Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a cold process soap using tomatoes. Tomatoes are full of antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. They also have astringent properties which make them a great additive for your soap. And while tomatoes are in season right now, it's a great time to use them up for a beautiful cold process soap project. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my full visual process and step-by-step tutorial. I'm also going to be sharing the recipe for free in the description box below, so if you want to replicate it, I hope you check out the recipe in the description box. If you would like the full written recipe with amounts, percentages, and a full written detailed step-by-step tutorial, please head on over to my Patreon campaign. I'll go ahead and publish it over there as well. Your support really helps me out. I'm going to go ahead and put the link to my campaign in the description box below as well. Your support means the world to me. I'm a crowdfunded content creator, so all of my subscribers over there help me to continue to do what I do best, which is to bring you weekly tutorials and formulas. So I hope that you'll check it out. There's so much information over there. There are hundreds of formulas and tutorials for you to take advantage of just at the $5 level. We've been doing this for 6 years now, so the library grows every week. So there's something over there for everybody. There's more cold process soap formulas if you're interested in that, and tons of other recipes in the hair care, skincare, candle making, and soap making areas. All right, let's get started. So what I have here is some frozen tomato juice, and all I did was take a bunch of tomatoes, ripe tomatoes, and I juiced them. I'll go ahead and show you that process right now. After I juiced them, I popped them into this mold and then put it in the freezer for overnight. And the reason I did that is because I don't want to scorch the tomatoes. Once we add the sodium hydroxide, things are going to start to warm up. This is going to be the full liquid. We're not going to use any water in this soap, all tomato juice. So I wanted to make sure we didn't scorch or burn the tomatoes. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and just weigh off the liquid or tomato juice in this case that we're going to need for this formula, and that is 17.75 ounces of tomato juice. And I'm not going to use any liquid discount or soap discount here, and I'm not going to use any water discount here. Okay. So we're just going to pop these out. Again, we need 17.75 ounces. I just think this color is so beautiful. I'll talk a little bit more about what's going to happen with the color when we start to make the soap. All right, perfect. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and mix the lye solution with, a little bit at a time with these frozen tomato juice cubes. I'm going to go ahead and put my goggles on now, just to make sure we are being safe. So this calls for 7.94 ounces of lye. Give that a second to just kind of melt down. Give it a stir. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and, that was the last phase of lye. We're just gonna go ahead and stir this until everything melts down completely. We're just trying to control the heat at this point and make sure that nothing's getting too hot. And we're just allowing the lye to melt down the ice cubes and turn this into a warm or room temperature solution. All right, and now that everything is melted down, we are ready to go ahead and make our tomato soap. All right, so in this container I have a mixture of coconut oil, mango butter, shea butter, olive oil, avocado oil, castor oil, and stearic acid. So this should be a very well balanced and emollient soap that we're making. This should have some great conditioning properties as well as cleansing properties, and it should feel very hydrating and moisturizing on the skin. So with the tomatoes, you know, you could market this as a farmer's market soap, so just for some label appeal and some branding ideas, you can do that. We are going to go ahead and add the tomato and lye solution to our oils and fats. So we're just going to go ahead and slowly pour this into our oils and fats. Now this is going to be also a hard bar of soap because I've added in some stearic acid. Stearic acid is really great at contributing to hardness, and a little bit goes a long way. So that's still a really, really gorgeous color. As you can see, it's just kind of that beautiful bright red color. But as we go and make the soap, and we mix it with our oils, you can see that it's turning just to a kind of brighter orange color. And I'm definitely wanting a nice dark tomato red color for this soap. So we're going to go ahead and add some really red mica. And you can see in here my juicer did leave some fibers and stuff behind, which is totally okay. So you might see a little bit of speckles in here. But I'm going to go ahead and add some really red mica just to make this a nice bright red tomato color. Reached a light trace. So the soap still smells, you can still pick up a lot of like hint of tomato, but it's not going to smell like tomato when everything cures out. It's just going to smell maybe very faintly of tomato, but we're going to enhance that by adding this beautiful Farmer's Market Vine Ripe tomato fragrance. I got this one from Crafter's Choice or Wholesale Supplies Plus, and it smells really good. It smells like, you definitely get that basil and like vine ripe tomato kind of fragrance right when you smell it. It also has some top notes of citrus and some earthy notes. So it's not like a straight tomato, but there's definitely some tomato-like notes in this, especially right when you smell it. It's a nice balanced fragrance, so it doesn't smell just like tomatoes, which is kind of nice, actually. So we're going to go ahead and add this in. This is exactly what I need for this batch. We're adding it in at 5%. So that's 4 ounces. I'm just going to wait till we reach a medium trace before pouring this into the mold. All right. Actually, the way it's kind of mixing with the soap, it kind of blooms a little bit more, the fragrance, and smells really nice in the soap batter already. So hopefully it will continue to cure out a beautiful kind of well-balanced sun-ripened, vine-ripened tomato fragrance. Sweet and earthy. we're just going to be pouring this into a 5-pound loaf mold today. It is thickening up quite quickly now. All right, and I'm just going to take my spoon and just kind of texture the top of this. So this would be a great kind of gardener's type soap, farmer's market soap, kitchen soap, and perfect for the summertime. I'm just going to go this way as well. All right, all I'm going to do here is just spritz some rubbing alcohol. All I'm going to do here is go ahead and spritz some 99% rubbing alcohol on the top of this just to prevent any soda ash. If we do get soda ash, we can just rinse it off. Since there's no fancy top on here, it won't affect it if we need to rinse it off. And there you have it, everybody. That's how you make a tomato soap. Stay tuned for the cutting. All right, the soap is unmolded and it is ready to cut. This soap hardened up really fast and I didn't want it to be too hard to cut, so I unmolded it probably 10 hours or so after I made it, and it's ready to cut. Right, it smells really good. And there you go. That's the final bar. All right, now that the soap is all cut, we're going to go ahead and stamp them. And what I usually do is try to find the more attractive side, and that's the side I put the stamp on. I spray it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. This prevents my acrylic soap stamp from sticking on the soap and ripping it. Just kind of center it, and I use a mallet. And there you go. A beautiful looking tomato soap. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please leave me some comments and questions below. That really means a lot to me. Share this video with a friend, and why not subscribe to my channel? Catch you on the next video. Bye. Keep shining.